And welcome to my Xbox and Me episode, 511. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only, I don't even know who to introduce first. It feels like an honor to even speak to this man. The fact that he's alive, the fact that he's here, the fact that he's always with me. It's Mr. D-Spawn. Hello, how are you,
Hello. I am good. I am alive. I am well. I am totally here. It's a rarity, I know.
Thank you for being here. And of course, the one and only Matt's here. Hello, Matt.
Oh, on Easter Sunday, he is risen. I have returned. My disciples, I am back.
New year, who this?
Yeah, new month, who this? Matt,
exactly.
How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm good. So I had a legit reason for missing a few pods, which is that I did end up in hospital for a little bit. I'm perfectly fine. Just a weird unknown infection. We still don't really know what was wrong, but the antibiotics sorted me out, so I'm all good. But I had a pretty decent reason for being away for at least one of those weeks. So there we go.
I mean, you've always got a decent reason. You're a busy person working really hard that has a wife that would like to spend time with you and many things. Unlike me and D-Spawn, who have wives, fiance, who don't want to spend time with us. Hence why we have more time to do whatever we want.
That's
interesting.
Interesting.
We also probably need to talk about the elephant in the room, which is, of course, we're recording on a bank holiday. So we're all off work technically today, although we've come to entertain and inform the masses, obviously. And of course, the one person who's not on a national bank holiday today is the one person who isn't here.
We're not doing Crash like that. There's no way we're doing Crash like that. There's no way. Crash doesn't even know that we're recording right now. True. Crash is probably still asleep. We're not doing Crash like that. There's many times that I would love to kick Crash when he's on the floor. We all know it. Crash has been my longest internet friend that I've had ever. I would love to beat him to a living pulp anytime that I can. But I can't disrespect my man this week. There's no way. I can't do it. I would. Matt's here. Go on.
I'm here. If you'd been that passionate in defending me for not being around on any episode, it would have brought a tear to my eye. That was beautiful what you just said about Crash.
Well, you know. Look,
one day,
as
maybe
you get older. As you get, I would never respect you enough. I would never respect you. I don't care how high up you get in your job role. I don't care how big you become. The boss of all bosses. You could be Phil Spencer. You'll still be doing this goddamn podcast, and I'll still be telling you you're a. Yeah, no, I won't go too far. I love you. I'm glad you're feeling better, Matt. If you don't know, this is my Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on YouTube.com/@myXbox and Me currently. We're still working all that stuff out. Again, I'm going to stop saying that part anymore. It is what it is. It's a work in progress. Someone has MXAM, Matt. Someone has MXAM, the YouTube channel. So we rebranded everything, and we can't rebrand the bloody YouTube channel. So very annoying. Topic of the show this week, boys. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion remake is real. And there are photos that are out that we've seen, and not only that, I saw an AI bot also announce it to a chat as well. If you didn't see, I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did. I was that an AI? So basically, the story here is that somebody DM'd like Xbox support on Twitter and said, when Oblivion Remaster comes out, will it come with all the DLC? And it responded, yes, and it's coming out on this date. Which is interesting that happened. So
it's got to be AI, right? Like, I think that's the only
probably.
I imagine it was AI. But the big news here is obviously that Oblivion is getting remastered. It's been rumored for absolute ever since that. Do you remember that document that came out about like all the new Xboxes going forwards and then all the games that were going to be coming out in certain years? Obviously, that got first leaked. This got first leaked on that document a while ago now. It's real. We've seen photos. I'm sure D-Spawn's either bringing them up or he will. Of the no, he will not. Of the photos, we forgot to do that. You're scared. Okay, yeah, no, good point. You're right. That's why you're smart. Have either of you played Oblivion? Yeah, again, it's an old game. Yeah, I imagined you nerds had. D-Spawn, look, take it away, brother. I assume you enjoy these games. You like your Starfields, you like your Elder Scrolls, you like your Skyrims, you like all those games. So take it away. Talk to me, brother.
I mean, it's probably like obviously Skyrim is Skyrim, and everyone like and the mother has got 12 copies of it because it's been released everywhere. But I feel like Oblivion was the one that changed the tide. Like obviously the ones before that were good, but like Oblivion was the one that everyone fell in love with and was like, this is what an Elder Scrolls game is. So to see that coming back with all the bells and whistles is exciting. Like it is like, it's not like a kind of like, this is, oh, maybe it's coming back. Like, no, it is coming back. Like you say, we've seen the AI confirmations. The photos look amazing. I'm very excited for this. Like, yeah, like I say, probably one of the better Elder Scrolls games with all of the modern graphics. I'm very excited for.
Matt, excited to go back into the Elder Scrolls world?
Yes. So I played Oblivion after Fallout 3 when I sort of realized like Fallout 3 was made by Bethesda. What else have they? Oh, Oblivion. Let's go back to that. And yeah, I remember it really fondly. I definitely never finished it. I did run into a game-breaking bug that at the time I just wasn't willing to sort of overcome. And so I dropped it at that point. I'm sure it got patched out eventually or whatever, and I'm sure it was fine, right? And I'm sure the remaster won't have that. But yeah, I'm excited to go back in. You know, like Skyrim is like one of Emma's favorite games, and she's never been able to get into Fallout and stuff. So yeah, a revamped Oblivion could get her in. I think we could enjoy it.
It's one of those games that missed me. It was one. So I have a weird relationship with this game. It was a game that got sold a lot in my dad's game shop regularly. We used to get a lot of copies of this but it used to get sold very quickly as well. And again, we all know I have a very weird, messed up history when it comes to video games because of my dad stealing my Xbox regularly. But yeah, one of those ones that just I never ever got to. Again, I was never. It's only as I've gotten older, as we know, playing Final Fantasy and now a bunch of other RPGs, where I've finally gotten into these games. And again, I hate to say it, I'm not the biggest Bethesda guy. I think I would enjoy the spectacle of this, though, when this does release eventually, of like, you know, like how I played Dead Space Remake, and obviously I played Resident Evil Remake, loved it, played Dead Space Remake, and was like, oh, I can see what you guys were going on about finally, because this is amazing. So I think that's how I'm going to experience this, very much like, oh, okay, I can see why this game would be special, especially for when it came out at the time, but like a full-on, it's remastered, remake, I don't know, what are we going with right now? Remastered right now, right?
Remaster,
is the word in. So
that's
we don't exactly know what that means to Xbox, like the way it does either to Capcom or someone like that, right?
But there are also rumors that the combat system is revamped in a Dark Souls fashion, whatever the hell that means. But those are still just rumors. Yeah. So we'll see.
The other rumor out there, I'm going to say the studio name wrong, but is it Virtuous? Virtuous, thank you. Virtuous Games are the ones that are co-developing this. Apparently, they're the ones who also did the Beyond Good and Evil remaster with UB. So yeah, obviously known for doing some remaster work before, this is all the information we've got has come off of these leaked images. But from what you see in these images, it looks beautiful. Just to put that out there, by the way, it looks absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful. Again, hard to judge a game based off screenshots, in my opinion. I don't try and get too hype on stuff like that, but it does look really good. So
yeah. So if I'm remembering correctly, the rumor is that is going to be an announcement like this week as well. So like I think the rumors were like the 21st.
It's Friday.
Well, next week, so next week. Yeah. So within the next 7 days of this being recorded. So we've not got that long to wait. Again, it looks great. You can say Virtuous were the team that actually leaked the footage in the first place. So like they were on their website, like in one of the back ends. They're no longer available, surprisingly. Who knew that would happen, right? But
Shocker.
yeah. So looks like someone pressed the wrong button in the security level. But I'm glad they did because I like the look of this and I'm excited for it. And yeah, like you say, this is going to be the best way to play some of these iconic like stories that Bethesda made. And yeah, I'm super hyped for this one.
Okay.
This has also been better marketing than they would have got if they just shadow dropped it.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree.
There is more conversation around this game right now than they would have if they just shadow dropped it.
You think so?
Yeah, because when they launch it, the conversation will be either, well, I think it'll be a mixture of things, right? It'll be, this is great, this looks beautiful, oh, Oblivion's a bit dated, or let's chat about Elder Scrolls 6, or where's that Skyrim Oblivion mod? Like, people will be comparing it to a lot of things, whereas right now, everybody's just going, this is the worst kept secret in gaming, we've known this is happening forever, oh my god, it's leaked, da-da-da-da, doesn't it look great? I think this is great, it's all positive conversation right now, whereas when you launch it, you won't get 100% positive conversation, even if it's phenomenal, because it's the internet. But right now, it feels very positive.
No, okay, yeah. I see your point. I just feel bad. I always feel bad for devs. You know, they're probably working towards a day. And you're right.
Course,
I understand exactly what you're saying, and you are right. Yeah, you're correct. Boys, let's jump into what's been in your box. I have played a plethora of different things that I want to speak about, so I'm very happy. But we'll start with you, Matt. We haven't heard from you in a while. What have you been playing?
So yeah, when I was sick, I got really into Schedule 1, which has obviously taken the internet by storm a little bit. I put way more time into it than I thought I would. I kind of kept finishing a session and going, okay, I'm pretty sure I'm done with that now. You know, like it's reached its kind of capacity with me or whatever.
Yep.
And then the next day I just found myself booting it up and getting the workers to work again. Go on.
I have many questions. Are you playing solo?
Yes.
Vastly different experience when you play it co-op.
Really?
Or maybe vastly is a bit too far. I don't want to become Despawn on this podcast.
It's fantastic experience.
So I've got 3 different saves going right now. So I've got my solo save, where I've only just got to making meth. I've been on weed for that long.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
For like 20 hours of my playthrough was just weed.
Why?
Because I got really addicted to just trying to get the best weed strain. So I wanted to just keep trying to get the best weed strain. And then I got all in my head about certain other things. And I'm very weird when it comes to those games. You've never played Minecraft with me, have you?
No.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a weirdo. As Despawn knows, I am. I get a bit...
Yeah.
Organizational.
In the weeds.
This has to go here, and this has to go here, and this... And when you do stuff like that, you're losing a lot of hours that you're not really supposed to lose. It meant to just So I know it's my own fault, but yeah, I've only just got to that. But then I've got a playthrough with Haley. We've been playing it, where I've been streaming it, so we don't say the word weed when we play it. We call them sunflower
seeds.
So in case something gets clipped up from the stream, because of obviously what she does for work, which is absolutely hilarious. And then I've got another playthrough, obviously, with Despawn and Crash, which, to be honest with you, is probably my favorite one, because it was just hearing these two natter and squabble about who's going to run to this dealer and who's going to do this, and then Crash shouting at me like, we need more drugs. And I'm just sat, we did a 5-hour stream, Matt, and all I did was mix the whole time. I was stood there at the mixer, just mixing and getting weed. It's behind me. It's behind me. They didn't let me leave. It was like, I don't want to say words that I can't take back on the internet, but you know what I am referencing. It was bad out there. It would look like a Nike trainer shop. Let's just say it like that. It was bad. It was bad.
It was
no, Haley's gonna go get it. But
I've been really enjoying it. Enjoying it. I'm playing it solo. I think it's been really interesting seeing the clips that are going viral, and some of the streamers playing it. Where I think the game almost requires you to kind of add your own story, right? Like who's addicted to what, and how some of your dealers are lazy or whatever, and so that's been, I've been enjoying that and kind of treating it like a bit of a. I've seen people say it's like South Park meets Breaking Bad, and that's kind of the way I've been kind of playing it in my head. But a lot of it is kind of like theater of the mind stuff. But yeah, really enjoying it. It's obviously early in its development or whatever, and I'm sure it'll get bigger and better. But it seems like it's being really well supported by the developers and the audience. And so, I'm excited to see where it ends up in a year's time. Could imagine myself getting back into it.
Question for you. When are you going to come join our gang?
Oh, I'm down. I've still got it installed on the PC, so I'm up for jumping in. Is it easy to just jump in, drop out, that sort of thing? Oh, cool.
Super easy. Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, you just join on menu.
Yeah, done. It's so good. I love it. It's.
I think it's really interesting, kind of case study into just making the game that's fun. Just make the gameplay good and a bit addictive. so many games, I think, over-engineer themselves into Oblivion and try and do way too much, where it's like, you can put out a game at $20 that is just satisfying for people, that is just, you know, a game that people have always wanted to play, and it's, yeah, like, satisfying, it's got a good loop, and it doesn't need voice acting, and it doesn't need crazy graphics, and it doesn't need all these things, you know? Like, it's, yeah, I think it's a fascinating case study on just making the game that's fun.
I think co-op is genius in that game, especially for the amount of people who watch, at least they've watched me stream and gone, I didn't know this game was co-op.
Yeah,
and
I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. And then that knock-on effect, and you hit the nail on the head as well, right? £15, $20, I think it's.
Yeah.
What a great price point for a game like this that you're eventually... I'm hoping it's going to get... And they've already put out an update already for the game. But I hope it does keep evolving and get to a place where it's like really special, and it makes me want to keep coming back every time there is an update. But
yeah,
we shall see, I guess. Yeah. Anything else you've been playing? Oh, sorry, go on, Despawn. You got something to say, please?
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. Anything else you want to play? You've been playing, Matt?
I have been playing Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days.
Yes.
Which is a really interesting one. So we had this in a Future Games showcase. I think we've had it in a couple of them, actually. And I chatted to the devs about it like a year ago at Gamescom. And, you know, this is from a studio. The Into the Dead series has been going on at mobile for a little while. It's basically like an endless runner FPS game. Pretty cool, and has an interesting story. But yeah, like, this is obviously a massive departure for that team. And I think it's brilliant. Like, it's early access. It you know, I think I've probably put in maybe 10 hours. I think I'm getting close to finishing my first, like, escaping and winning my first game of it. And I don't think after that I'll be jumping back in. I think when they update it and there's some new stuff, then I might, right? I think right now there's like 3 ways essentially to a win, like 3 ways to escape the city. And I'm very close to achieving one of those. And yeah, like, you know, I've maxed out my base at this point. You know, everybody in my little community is quite happy. And so right now it's just about ticking off the objectives so that I escape and win. And it's not so much about survival. But the early game is tough, man. It's like really tough. Like, you will boot up a game 3 or 4 times before you really get into the swing of things and figure out what you're doing in this game. So yeah.
I streamed it. Oh god.
Yeah.
My first 4 starts were awful. Like, people were just like, do you even play video games? Like, why are you struggling this bad? And like, I couldn't get to grips with the control scheme for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
go on.
No, but just like dodging. Like, for some reason, I like dodging is a little bit. It is a whole learning. And I was pushing the wrong button to go through a door, which then I was coming through. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't played since I streamed it last. But I put about 4 hours in that stream. I said I really like it. I'm with you. I said to Despawn specifically when it was in chat, like, is there anything more to this? Like, other than what is there on the obviously you're going there, you're bringing back, you're upgrading. I need more story is my thing. I wanted more. When someone dies, 'cause I didn't know the game had permadeath, so when my first character died and it was his daughter, I wanted there to be a little bit more than just he's grieving. Like, I get it, and I like the grieving mechanic, but just like a story, something story-wise would have been cooler. Like, I don't know, he's writing a diary, and then you're reading his diary entries or something like that. And again, let's be honest, I don't really want the reading part, but I understand that the size of the studio, I'm probably not going to get a whole cutscene of him crying. So I'll take
what I would say is I think, like, that early part of the game, like when you start up, you know, like, well, you need to know going in, you're going to lose 4 or 5 times before you get to grips with this game. And losing means restarting the game, right? And so you can then sort of turn on a thing where you skip the tutorials, so you're not doing the very basic stuff over and over again, which is good. But yeah, a lot of that, I would say, for probably first 5-6 hours is really learning the game. Once you do that, you then start kind of spreading out in the city. You will start picking up these major objectives, and they are ways to escape the city. It does then kind of dial up that story. Now, like, we're never going to get to a point, you know, where you have this cutscene or it's really emotional or whatever. But what you start to get is like optional objectives and like objectives that force you to move bases, or right, I really need this specific resource or this specific upgrade, and now I need to go all the way south in the city, even though I know that the escape point is all the way north. And that means I have to plan out my route, and I know it's going to take me several days, and this person's starving. And so it does start to kind of build the story in that way. in some interesting ways.
So,
but yeah,
just to interject,
it's early access. So go on.
I can say, just to interject, I'm getting to that point now where I'm like, I've just discovered another group in the city. And that's kind of like leaning to like the next story beat. So now, like Matt says, I've got to go out into the city and get certain items or find certain things for them, which will then look at unlocking an escape route out of the city. So there is like that story level. So it's not just base building, surviving, see how long you can survive, and that's the game. There is like an extra element to it, which I think is really interesting, because it is nice. While the loop is nice of like building up your base and getting your characters all well fed and well rested is good, I think having that extra level really adds like another element to it that is quite fun to kind of like pull at that thread a little bit. But yeah, I know that there is plans looking at the early access breakdown, like the roadmap. There is a lot of extra things they're adding going forward. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that. And like I say, with it being early access, there's a chance for them to expand on that kind of story stuff more, and like rather than grief just being a menu item, it could be like leaning to something more.
Yeah, I agree. And I would quite like for there to be some mechanic in the game where some of your survivors maybe don't get on, or they have like personality traits that could impact each other, because I've got to a point now where I think I've got like 7 or 8 survivors all living in this, pretty cramped place. There are 3 beds. It's a no problem. Everybody's fine with it. But like, I am at a point where everybody is fine with it. Everybody's really happy. Even if I do lose a survivor out there and they're all sad for a bit, I know I can turn that around really quickly just because of the resources and the way I've set up the base. So like, it's not too much of an impact on me, like at this point. And I would love, like you say, like there's no difference. So if you did have more survivors with you and somebody's dad died, they would all have the same grief mechanic, right? They would all get resolved in the same way. Whereas actually you want to be like, no, his daughter actually should be a bit more fucked up by this or whatever. Also though, as you get further into the game, the looting missions that you go out on, you send somebody to whatever it is to go pick up a looting thing. Those levels get quite complex in interesting ways. So there's like a police station and a hospital and a few other things where it's not just a house that you're working your way through. There's levels. You can turn on the power. That's going to create a noise. There are also areas that if you go into could cause grief immediately on people, or like nightmares and stuff like that. And so there's interesting complexities there as well. But like I say, when you start the game, it's difficult. And I think the game wants to be difficult at the start so that you persist through and learn it before you kind of get into those deeper areas, the story stuff and other bits and bobs. But it's really cool. I think it's really good. It's well worth checking out. Again, it's I think a cheaper game, probably because it's an early access, but worth checking out if you're into those sorts of games, stealthy zombie games.
100%. Despawn?
Hello.
What have you been playing?
So I can finally talk about it now. I have been playing Bionic Bay. So this is a gorgeous 2D platformer. It's very physics heavy based. So you get like a bunch of abilities that can like, you can use gravity, you can manipulate time, things like that. It is genuinely one of the best 2D platformers I've played for a while. I think the graphics are gorgeous as well. I think it looks stunning. So it's very like high level detailed pixel art. But I mean intensely, like almost voxel based to a nth degree. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm trying so hard not to use the F word. It's like the way that it does a really good job of kind of teasing these new abilities into you as well. Like it gives you an ability to it teaches you how to do a double jump. And then it's a really simple double jump. And then within 2 minutes, you're doing this really complex double jump through lasers and things like that to try and get through this level. But it does it in a really clever way where it then, once you get to grips with that, you then start getting introduced to other abilities where you can manipulate gravity so you can flip the level up back and forwards. And then you've got to combine those of flipping the level while also double jumping through gaps to try and avoid lasers. And it's such a well thought out and well designed game. the difficulty level it's not low by any stretch.
I'm watching the trailer right now, and oh my god, this looks like hell. For me, this looks like a hellish game. No chance.
I will tell you that you will die a lot in this game. Like, I died a lot, but the respawn is very forgiving. Like, it's like pretty much it will set you back to the last jump that you just did, unless it's like there's a certain section that it wants you to run through. But more often than not, it'll just set you straight back to where you last jumped from. But yeah, no, I love it. I think the way that they've kind of combined the different elements in the level itself, so you could be jumping through like saw blades, and like they'll use oil, and there's a point later on where they use like almost like portals levels goo, where you jump into one puddle of goo and you come bouncing out of another one, but then you can use the momentum to kind of like get faster and faster and then rocket yourself off to get over a ledge and things like that. They've done such a brilliant job with the design on this one. I'd recommend it if you are into platformers. Definitely check it out. If you're a speedrunner and you like speedrunning games and things like that, this is perfect for that. It is designed for that. They've got an online mode, which I've not touched a lot of. But they've got an online mode where you can like race other people's ghosts and get like online leaderboards and things like that.
Question. Do we have much of a story here, or is it kind of like a old school platformer, like you just get from point A to point D?
There is a story, definitely. It is very kind of like told on the periphery, and as you get later on in the levels, it starts to tell more of it. Did you ever play like things like Carrion and any games like that in the past?
I'm familiar with, but did not play.
Okay. But it does like a game of like, right at the beginning, the story's not really important, but as you start getting further on, so it does a really interesting thing where you start finding other survivors or other people that were in this world, and they have like kind of like text logs that tell you about what happened to them and things like that. And that starts expanding on the world, and like the way that you earn abilities and like find them in the world, that kind of leads into the story. But by the end, like I'm super invested in like, it's more world building story than like an actual like in-depth, like we're talking about Last of Us levels or anything like that. But cool. There is definitely a story in there if you want to pull at it and follow. But more often than not, it's just, you're having fun with the design of the levels.
I like it. I want to check it out.
You should. Like, honestly, this year is just phenomenal for like indies at the moment. Like this is a standout for sure.
Speaking of the other game that you've been playing.
Yes, a little game. I talked about it last week, but we'll talk about it more, I'm sure, in a second when we get to Fixes List. But I've been playing.
We're going to get to it right now, baby.
Oh, we're going to get right to it now. All right. Yeah, I talked about it a lot last week. I said it was my game of the year right now, Blueprints. I've played more of it. I played it on stream on the MXAM channels, so I did a new run of that. I think we did like 3 days or something, which lasted like almost 3 hours. Yep. We went in depth on that bad boy. No, I'm still loving it. I think, I'm not even scratched the surface of what this game has to hold. And I've like inadvertently seen what other people are doing and like seen later levels, like nothing major spoiler level, but like how this game is going to open up as I keep playing it. I'm so excited to see.
So you've not played yet, Matt, right?
I've not.
Okay. And what do you know about me?
You don't like to read? Is that what we're getting?
I don't like reading. And what else don't I like?
Stealth.
I don't not like stealth. That's not fair. There's a couple of things in video games that I don't like to do regularly. Number one, reading. Nah, I've learned it's not that I don't like to read, it's the fact that I cannot read and comprehend what is being told to me at the same time. Sure. Because of dyslexia. It's a pain in the ass. Like, I'm either reading or I'm understanding. Doing the two things together is a struggle. That's why I have a Haley. So I am playing Blueprints with a Haley right now. And what else don't I like? I don't like thinking. Let me tell you, Blueprints is a thinking goddamn game. Let me tell you. Bro, honestly, I don't think I've ever been this high on a puzzle game ever. I can't remember the last puzzle game that I've ever played that is this good and this interesting from the jump. Nah. I have to say, I've been playing this on stream, which means if I get really, 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 really stuck, it will help. I've only asked for help once so far. That's in 3 streams, I think. I've only asked for help once so far. Please.
When you asked for help, were you
Yes.
like, oh yeah, I could have got that? Or were you like, fuck this bullshit, I would never have got that?
Ah, that's a great bloody question. I think I had written it off beyond that point where it would have taken for, again, I'm playing it with Haley, so it would have taken for Haley to have said to me, yes, Corey, I know we've already looked at this note, but we're looking at all the notes with this thing. And then we would have got there and it would have been a, oh my God moment. I'm so happy that wasn't how it went. And Despawn specifically told me and hinted towards, hey, there's something else that you can do on this run. It may not, you ain't going to progress forward any further, but you are going to, you need this. And yeah, we got there in the end, which I was very happy about. Despawn spoke about it last week, and like it was so hard for him to talk about. It's like, I don't want to say nothing about this game because I don't want to spoil anything. And anything you say about this game is a spoiler.
Yeah. One of the things I said to you in chat, and I'd stand by it, 3 words about this game: everything means something. Like, you might not understand what it is right now, but this will lead to something later on down the line. Like, I'm pulling at a string of like, I won't say what it is, but like, I think you've already twigged it that the photo, like the pictures have something.
Yep.
I understand what they are. I understand what they're saying. I don't understand what the answer is yet.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know what they are. Like, I'm still trying to pull at that and trying to figure out what the answer is. But like, everything means something. Like, there's always
like that with the colored buttons. The colored buttons right now. I know that I've twigged it before. I figured it out before I needed to figure it out. But yeah, I'm still there like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But now what does it mean?
I don't know what to do yet. I don't know what to do yet with this.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you're into puzzle games, this is my best way of explaining this. If you're into puzzle games, play this game. If you're into escape rooms, play this game. If you're into world building storytelling, play this game. Like, I think the story that they're telling through the notes is really interesting. I am not quite comprehending it all. I have to be totally honest, because Haley will read it all and go, oh, that means do, and I'll go, how the f did you get to that off of this? And I'm just there, just deer in the headlight. Now, that being said, there is a level of I'm streaming the game as well at the same time, which doesn't always help. But that's whatever. But yeah, honestly, it is right now. It's my game of the year. It's the game that me and Haley wake up and we're like, we playing Blueprints. Like today, she's home up here next to me right now. Here's her hands. 1 second. All she wants us to do is finish this podcast and play Blueprints. I know that for a fact. She keeps looking at the monitor while we're talking about Blueprints because she's engaging in the fact that we're talking about Blueprints. That's a fact.
Love it.
Am I lying?
It's a fact.
Told you, it's a fact. It's a fact. Honestly.
Are you going to break it to her that we're all playing Schedule 1 after this podcast finishes anyway?
I am. I'm about to tell it, but she'll just play on that with us because she's been playing that with me as well. So she'll be like, yeah, I'm in.
I'm down. I'm down.
It's a remarkable game. It really is. It's going to take something very special to beat this for Game of the Year for me, I think. Yeah, but I don't know if GTA 6 is coming out.
We don't know. Like, if that gets pushed, then
do you know
it's
what
got
I think
it, right?
it is? You know what I think it is for me? Is it does something different in a genre that's already been made. Like, I understand walking sims. Cool. I understand like puzzle walking sims, you know, like the
Witness.
You know, yeah, exactly. Thank you. What I don't understand is a walking sim where you have to count your steps and be very careful what rooms you're walking in, where you have to pay attention to bloody everything, where you're picking tiles to pick which room, so you've got RNG built into that, with everything else that I could say about this game that is totally spoilers. There's nothing out there like it. And I think that's what we've spoken about on the podcast so much before, right? Like, there's games that have come out that you're like, yeah, this is prettier, yeah, this is fun, yeah, this is good. But it's not different. We could have got this on the 360. It wouldn't look like it the way it looks, but and I'm not saying that this game couldn't run on the 360 because it definitely could have. But what I'm saying is it didn't exist on the 360. It exists now. So, yeah, such a good game.
This is
it's
go on.
like this year's Balatro, right? Like I think it's like
Possibly.
hooked people in a way that's like, oh, this is new and fresh and different and complex. Like it feels like we're getting to a point now where it's like we're not going to dumb stuff down for gamers. Not that we've never necessarily been there, but like, you know, like you say, the technology's there now, and gamers are experienced enough to like be able to jump into these things fresh and get it and pick it up and not be, you know, not be demon souls to buy it and be like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
This is the Demon Souls of puzzle games.
I like it.
Yeah,
What a
this
tagline.
is-
Give that
yeah.
some, put it on the box.
Honestly, yeah. I think that's the perfect way to describe this. It's so rare to have a game where, like, because in an age where you could just search for everything and find the answer to everything, it's so rare to have a game where I actively do not want to do that. Like,
Yes.
the
You wanna Google it.
discovery
Yeah.
and those eureka moments are what make this game so special. When you finally figure out like what the answer to a question that you discovered on the first day, on like day 40 is, like when it finally clicks, and it's just like it makes you feel like the smartest person in the world. And it's so rare for a game to like actively want me to search for those moments rather than just be like, I'm trying to finish 3 games at once right now, 4 maybe. And I'm like, I don't want to rush this. I want it to take as long as it takes and discover everything naturally as possible. That like, I just like this, they've done something special here. Genuinely something special. If this game is not on the Game of the Year contender at the end of this year, I am going to be genuinely surprised by what is.
I gotta play it.
In comparison.
I gotta play it.
Like, all jokes aside, we always say like, oh, Matt never finishes game. This is a game, like, I don't even know if you need to finish it to understand
need
how
to
good
finish
it
it.
is. Like,
You do
but
not
you
need
need
to
to,
finish it.
you need to
I can
play
stop
this.
now. I can stop right now and be like, okay, I understand. Like
Yeah.
a bit like my opinion on a certain game,
Which we'll talk about in a minute.
Elden Ring.
yeah.
Ring.
Oh.
You don't need to beat Elden Ring
5.
to understand how good Elden Ring is.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Sure.
you need to have progressed further than what I had when I put it in my top 5. But you don't need to beat it. I think the same thing with this. Like, I think you need 10 runs. 10 days. I think 10 days. No, that's a lie. I think I got it within 5.
Yeah.
I think maybe 5 days, which is 5 runs. As long as your RNG isn't absolutely terrible, you understand what this game is and you understand why it's special. It might not be for you, but you'll understand why it's special.
Game Pass? Question mark?
Yes.
Standard.
Yeah. Bang.
And Ultimate.
Game Pass
Love
and
it.
PS Ultimate, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
kind
is
of
it?
upset that it's on Game Pass
Why?
because I feel like the developer needs more money.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm going to buy
Do you
it
know
on
what I
Steam
mean?
again just so I can play it on my Steam Deck when I go traveling.
Yeah, no, that's no. See, once I've done this is one of those games that once I'm done with it, I'll never touch it again.
No, I don't believe that. For me, anyway. Like,
Yeah. For me,
I think there's enough. I think there's enough hidden away and to unlock. Like the conversations I've heard about this game of like once you roll credits, it opens up a whole different thing. I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah, but that's usually when I check out. I'll be honest. I think
You-
that's
would
when
you
I'll
those
hand the
credits are like,
controller to
I'm good.
Haley. Once I hand the control and go have fun with it, H. Go figure out whatever else you want to figure out.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've played enough.
Yeah. I do think
yeah.
this is just to put a pin in this conversation and move on. I want you to play this, Matt, because I want us to sit down and do a spoiler cast at some point. Of just like
Haley needs
just
to be on that spoiler cast, not me.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I'm
I don't
fine.
think I can comprehend it.
okay. I'm fine. Well, whoever wants to be on it, but I want to. Like, I want to have a conversation about the mysteries in this game because there are so many that people will not see ever, and then others will like know inside out. And I'm so excited to see what what each person discovers.
I'll be there smiling, being like, I was there too. Hey,
I saw that. Didn't understand it.
Is it on Switch? It's not on Switch, is it?
I don't know. I can find out for you though.
I'm playing on PC just for people's interests if they're wondering where I'm playing. PC, not that it matters, but plays very well. By the way, there's a sprint button. People seem to not have realized there's a sprint button. I don't know why you've not understood that, but yes, there's a sprint button. Figure that out, idiots. Very, yeah. You need Matt. There you go. There's your spoiler. So there's a sprint button.
Cheers, appreciate it. Yeah, not worth playing anymore.
Yeah, it's only on Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series consoles.
Maybe I'll take my Kishi we were chatting about before the podcast away with me next week and try and play it via the cloud, the way that Phil Spencer intended.
you could definitely play that game on cloud, no problem.
For sure.
Yeah. Last game that we'll be talking about in What's Been in Our Box is a little game that we've caught a little bit of heat over from the community for not playing / giving it enough time, etc., etc. Me and Despawn had a interesting conversation last week about it. South of Midnight. I played it this morning before I got a headache. Played not because of the game, I just had a headache. Before everyone thinks that that's the reason why. Put about 2 and a bit hours into it. I'm on chapter 4, I believe. I'm literally at the part where they showed off the actual gameplay in the E3 demo. I think it was E3, they showed this off the first time. Where the character jumps on top of the back of the fish and I really like the game. Everything that I played of it in 2 hours, I really, really enjoyed. And not that it matters about the game at all, but like interesting to see a story, not only from the South, but from a mixed race perspective, of a white family and black family, and the dynamics of that, which I really hope they're going to dive into a little bit more. Now, I will say my family is very different to theirs because of, I'm guessing they do or they don't despawn. Your eyes, yes or no? Help me out here.
Yes, they do, but I'm not saying anything more than that. Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. That's fine. But yeah, I think it's interesting. It's an interesting story. I don't know the full in and answer because again, I'm very early on. The big conversation is obviously its combat, which Matt, you previewed the game for us. And obviously, yeah, whatever. And didn't enjoy it that much. Well, remind people of your opinions.
That was my major issue with the game. Yeah, is that I felt like the combat really held the game back. Like it puts you into these arenas with these enemies that you fight until it's over. So it very much feels like it's like locking you off from the rest of the world, and very much feels like it's what am I trying to say? What word am I trying to say? I can't get it out of my mouth. Anyway, doesn't matter. It puts you in an arena, right? It stops the rest of the game from happening. It feels like a different part of the game, to me anyway, when I previewed it.
Compartmentalized?
So yeah, I just knew it wasn't for me. So go on.
Compartmentalized?
That is what I was trying to say. Compartmentalized. Fucking still can't get it out of my mouth. Yeah, it just felt like it stunted it at every turn for me. Like when I got into the combat, I wasn't excited to be in it. I was like, oh gosh, here we go. Because I just want to get back to that story and enjoying that. So yeah, I understand that the combat probably gets more complex the deeper you get into the game. And I certainly didn't unlock any like skills and skill tree and stuff like that. But for me, when it came out, I wasn't that excited to play it. Now, having said that, Emma has been playing it. And so I've been sort of peering over Schedule 1 on my laptop to look at the cutscenes every now and again. It's a gorgeous game. Like, part of me wishes that I should just play it, put it on the easiest setting or whatever, blitz through the combat and just experience the story and the visuals and stuff. Go on.
A question for you, Matt. If there was an option in this game to turn off the combat altogether, would you do that and just skip all of the combat?
It's interesting, right? So, like, in my preview, I should say as well, that I didn't get to do, like, a boss battle, right? I previewed the tree, Benji the tree section of the game.
That's where I just got to.
Which is essentially a boss battle in platforming, right? Like, it's not like a boss battle.
Yeah.
It's like a platforming puzzle boss battle, kind of.
I don't think there's a puzzle. There's, like, one way up.
Okay, yes. No
don't get me wrong. Like,
it's just fun. Yeah.
I think it's a great moment because with the music and everything that links it all together. Yeah, exactly. But like, it is just climbing up a tree.
But I think the game would probably, and I haven't played it, so I don't know. Maybe Despawn, you can talk to it. I think the game would probably suffer if each of the sections wasn't a big boss battle. Like the stuff I've been watching Emma doing, like the crocodile and two-toe Tom and all that sort of stuff, is really cool, right? And I think a great way to end each section of the game and has all that music built into it and stuff like that. So. If I could turn off the combat, would I play it? I don't know.
Yeah. Just to clarify, here you go.
Let me, because
no, you did.
I'm not saying you would turn off the boss fights. You would just turn off the, like this, the encounters that you go into that you feel like stop you from experiencing the game. Would you, if you could turn those off and just experience the game that way, would you do that and still do the boss battles?
Probably.
Okay. Do you go on, Karen? Please.
But like that, I would feel bad doing that. Like you're extracting so much of what the game is by doing that. That's not the vision for the game that the creators had. I don't know. I guess I'm torn on it because, like I said, like I maybe I should just put it on the easiest setting and blitz through the combat and get it done as quickly as possible.
Now, Matt, let me clarify and ask you a question. If you played with the combat for like maybe, I don't know, say 4 or 5 hours and realized there's no real progression in it and it was just kind of getting in the way of you enjoying the story and the traversal, would you then turn it off?
Yes.
Thank you. Because that's what I did and I got shit for it.
What do you mean you turned it off? You went down into the
there's an option. There's an option in the
there's-
settings you could disable the combat arena sections.
What?
So I did that, and I really enjoyed my time with it after the fact.
Look, yeah,
That's
I think
really
why-
interesting.
Let me land. I think number one, I was speaking from it from before I played the game, so that also I didn't have that context. I still disagree with you, by the way. I actually enjoyed the combat. I don't think the combat is crazy or like that impressive, and it is definitely the weakest part of this game. But I also think it's the weakest part of this game because number one, the story is that good, and the music is that good, and the traversal is that good. So I want to go on record of saying all of those things are that good that the combat lets it down in such a huge way. Because if it was just a little bit better and a little bit more, I understand what you're saying now by these circular moments, right? You're not progressing through the world and here pops up monster ABC and then you kill them. It's go into this moment and then kill monster and then back to the other part. It feels like a very segmented game of like, here is your story, here is your combat, here is your, and that doesn't make all the best experience in a game like this, because I feel like you could have, again, I haven't got that part. I'm 2 hours in, but from what Despawn's told me, and he's 4 or 5 hours in, if I'm not mistaken.
I think even longer.
It's one of those moments of the game would have been better with the music if the music was then playing a part in the combat as well, which it doesn't, which I understand why, and maybe it does during the boss battles. I haven't got to one of those yet, which I'm sure it does. I understand why you're skipping it. I still stand, especially with us doing the podcast, I guess, of like, you can't just turn off a huge part of this game, which it is. It is a huge part of this game. In the 2 hours that I played, 45 minutes of it was combat.
Yes. And so I understand the instinct to not want to turn that off. But at the end of the day, they've given you the option to turn it off. Like, that's like saying...
I hate you both.
That's like saying,
I hate you both.
That's like saying you shouldn't deactivate the stop motion thing.
You shouldn't.
I agree that you shouldn't, but they've given you the option to do it.
Yeah.
That's like saying you shouldn't use summons in Elden Ring. So many people will say that you shouldn't.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. Don't get me involved. All right?
It's a part of the game. It's a part of the game. They're giving you as an option. Part of the game.
No, but that's such bullshit, right? Like, turning off combat is in the accessibility features to turn it off. It's not a part of the game. It's an option that is there for people that are clearly struggling with the combat. So if you're struggling that much with the combat, is how I perceived it. If you're struggling that much with the combat, hey, just turn it off. Not for me and you who have gone, oh, I don't like you and Despawn. I hate this combat. I'm just going to turn it off and carry on to experience this game.
Man, I don't know. It's such a nuanced conversation. I'm really torn on it. I'm really torn on it because part of me thinks, like maybe this game more so than a lot of games, let's say certainly more so than Schedule 1, is a piece of art, right? They're trying to tell you this story. They're trying to elicit an emotional response from you with this experience, with this artistic experience. By letting you remove a chunk of that artistic experience, what they're saying is we don't really care or think this impacts our artistic experience that we're trying to deliver to you. Because we're letting you take it out. And so then it's up to you as a player. It's an option you have to take it out. It's like saying, okay, remove QuickTime events from Spider-Man games. It's an accessibility thing. If you want to experience this story, if you want to experience this piece of art, and this part of it is causing you less of an experience, get rid of it. And we don't really care.
Yeah, I guess so. I think it's... If we were three buddies in a bar drinking a beer and you told me this, I don't think I'd give two shits. I feel like, oh yeah, do what you want, experience it. But the fact that we do a weekly Xbox podcast where people come to us for our opinions and our thoughts on things, I just don't know if I get behind it in that regard. Does that make sense?
I get you, but my argument would be we've given people our opinions on multiple ways to play this game. So if like Matt says, you are there just for the artistic experience, you want the story and the traversal and that kind of bit, and you want to, skip the busy work, in my eyes, of doing these combat sections that don't really add much to the game, then you've got that option. But if you want to do the combat and, warts and all, and you want to go through that, you also have that option.
I'm so early on that I perceive these fights of like this character is building to who they are. So, but maybe
I'm saying nothing on that.
And in 2 hours' time, I will feel totally different. And then next week we can have that conversation. But as of right now, 2 hours in, I couldn't imagine not going through those fights because this character is learning about all of this stuff that is new in her world. So to have just turned that off at the start,
which I did,
be absolute. No, I know you. I'm not saying you specifically. I'm just saying in general would be absolutely stupid, and I'm using stupid for a reason because I just think it wouldn't make sense for the story.
Man, it's a fascinating discussion, but and game by game, right? Like you just couldn't do it in Elden Ring. Like imagine if they were like, oh yeah, we'll just turn Elden Ring into a boss rush mode and no enemies are in between you and the bosses, and what does that do to that game? That's fascinating.
Yeah, no, it is, and I think you hit the nail on the head, and which was a point I was going to bring up, which is like it's an art. It's video games art game. Like that you put this in front of people and go yes, right? Like the music and the stop motion and the art style itself and the storytelling. Like, wow, it's different. It's different. It's unique. It's fun. It's enjoyable. And yeah, I enjoy the simple nature of its combat. I think is why I'm there. Like, hey, smash up a few things and use your abilities. Amazing.
Yeah. I just wanted more from it, and I didn't get that.
No, I understand. I want more from FIFA every year, but I don't get it. It doesn't mean I skip the part where you shoot, right? It doesn't.
Good point. Good point.
You don't skip the what?
Said don't buy it then.
Well, didn't buy this Game Pass.
Oh, fair.
Same.
Yeah, I feel Let's move on. But I mean, just to put it out there, I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the game.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the combat. I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the music. I'm looking forward to playing more of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to playing more of it. And what I will say is, rather than having this conversation each week about like where we're at with how we feel about the combat, I feel like let's all get to the point where we roll credits and then we can have a proper discussion about it and be like,
of course.
Yes.
Matt,
if it makes you happy, I'll turn combat back on.
No, don't turn back on for me. Definitely not.
I'll never do anything for you. Sorry.
If I'm honest, I'm probably not going to play it now.
No. Okay.
Respect.
The story is good, though.
But you can just watch a YouTube video, which is my point in the first place. If you can turn off the combat, just watch a YouTube video. I'm not doing this again. Anyway, story 1 in this week's dashboard. Xbox got an April update, which now allows you to buy games on your Xbox and you can stream your own games on console as well. Despawn, you use the streaming functionality, and Matt, do you as well on your Xbox? I don't know. Funny, actually, crazy that you say this. Got a little tangent before we get back to this. My sister's Xbox my Xbox One that I gave her was broken. It wasn't broken. It needs an update, and she couldn't get into her EA Access account, so the Sims wouldn't work. So she's like, "It's broke."
Yeah,
idiot.
Fair.
Absolute idiot. So annoying. But I was like, I need to test it out to make sure it's working again. So I tried the cloud functionality of Borderlands 3. Worked brilliantly. I have to say, it worked brilliantly. When you are playing with a wired connection, cloud feels amazing. Yeah. From what I've experienced so far. Yeah, but that's not why it's designed. That's not why it's designed.
Well, I mean, I play it wirelessly, but I mean, I will caveat to that. The Xbox One and the router in the same room. So it's not like
Yeah, so was mine. That's what mine was.
Yeah, it's not like the signal's terrible, like, but we do it wirelessly. But I played it upstairs again. Like I know I keep mentioning it, the Steam Deck, and I play it on PC as well, using their cloud function. And more often than not, it's a great experience. But yes, I do use it a lot, mainly because, like I say, I've got the Xbox One X downstairs, and obviously there are some games that are just not compatible with the One X, that you can only play the series versions, but you can now stream them to the console instead. And it works.
Excited about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I say now, like, I've been using it for a while, like, but now they're expanding on the amount of games that can do it, and the games you own can now do it as well. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. It gives me more opportunity to play games in the living room with my wife. So yeah, no, it's a great addition. Like, to see them expand it is brilliant. Like, more opportunities to play in more ways that you want. And again, it's one of those things that we've always said about Xbox, like they're always trying to be like backwards facing as well as future proofing. So offering like backwards compatibility and things like that. So this is another thing that doesn't leave old consoles behind. So it gives more life to old tech. And yeah, it's a great addition.
Are you excited to be able to buy games, Game Pass, and other perks via your mobile app?
I mean, it's shocking that wasn't already the case, isn't it?
It used to be. They removed it. It was once upon a time, and then they removed it, and then they put it back in again.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Well, I think they are. But again, like just to get into the weeds of it all, I think this is all from the recent court case with Epic and Apple and things like that, where
makes sense.
Because Apple were trying to take 30% of every sale ever, and and then Epic kind of went, "Nah, that's not cool. Why do you get all this money for just
existing,
having a phone?" Yeah. So I think it's a thing. It's coming back off the back of that, because I think there was a recent agreement that you can't keep taking all that money. Having more options to get into the ecosystem and buy the things you want on a whim, it just makes it easier.
Yeah, I'm never go into the Xbox app to buy my video game ever.
No,
never.
I often will do it and this is a bit like we work in the industry chat, but I'll often do it on PlayStation app to redeem codes because the codes are long and you can just copy and paste them from your phone in.
Yep.
So it makes it quite easy.
See, I do everything from my PC.
Yeah.
So I would log into Xbox.com and do it that way instead. I guess everyone's got their own way of doing it, right? So it's to me, this is dumb. To you, this is amazing. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But what it does mean is that you and we laugh about this, but you will start to get people, not many, but there will be people who don't own an Xbox who go on there and they buy a game and then they stream that game to their phone and they do that entire process through their phone.
Not yet.
Well, that's the thing. You can now play games you own.
You can. What I'm saying is, not with the way that the app works currently, because it's awful. Until it's one unified thing, and that makes total sense. Yes, but right now, I still think the Xbox phone app and all that is terrible. I still think it's a mess.
Well, they did change it recently to move the Game Pass app into the main app and discontinue their Game Pass app. So everything is now in the one app, but it's not great. Yeah,
it's still bad. It's still bad.
But that's the thing. This is day one of getting to where it needs to be.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Look, I'm still annoyed at the Switch 2 for having the same UI. So
it's wild. That is wild.
No, but it's not. That's what I'm. That's a whole different conversation.
Did you? I'm going to say, talking to the Switch 2, right? I don't want to get into an argument about it, but did you see that cloud saves aren't supported on certain games?
Brilliant.
I did not.
Why would they be?
Yeah, why would you want to be able to play Zelda and with your cloud save, right?
I just don't care. It's Nintendo. Can I play Mario Party?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. You have to pay the £20 extra to get
games, right? Yeah, I was going to say, you got to pay £20 for your upgrade.
I'm buying it. So as you know, I've been sorting out all my old gaming stuff because we've been sorting out my loft and stuff. I bought 2 copies of Mario Party Jamboree. I bought 1 copy, but Nintendo sent me a copy when I went to that event. And now I have a sealed copy of it, and I'm like, I can't even use this as anything. So I'm just like, one day you'll be worth millions. I can tell. I can, I'll be one of those people who has a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely won't be worth millions, so don't worry about that. Sell it, and it'll pay for the upgrade on the copy that you do have open.
You sound like my brother. Oh, stop going to boot sales and buying loads of stuff and then not selling them like you said you would on eBay and Vinted. Yeah, so what's it got to do with you?
I mean, I agree with your brother.
Yeah, well, screw you and screw him, all right?
Yeah, I mean, if it helps Matt, so does all of his chat as well.
Everyone agrees. I've just been so late. I'm not. I've been lazy. I haven't been lazy. I've been. You see my short form stuff? No.
Yes.
Don't use that word in front of me ever again, Matt. Everyone keeps calling me a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder.
Sounds like hoarder mentality to me.
Sorry.
How many Xbox 360s do you have?
Okay. That's not okay.
Answer the question.
I have 5, 6, 7. I have 7. But is it 8? Oh fuck, it's 8. She just told me 8.
Shit.
I have 8, but hear me out. 2 of them don't work, so they'll be sold as broken.
Okay, so you needed the other 5.
Let me land. 3 of them I'm keeping because it's 1 Elite, 1 S, 1 S, 1 S matte, 1 S gloss, and then 1 SE. I need one of each.
Oh yeah, of course. So you can play all 3 games.
No, but I like having things. Like I like one day I'm
so
gonna be able to be like, no. That's not the same. Hoarders are like, okay, my office is a bit of a mess back there right now, but that doesn't count, all right? Hoarders have like loads of stuff everywhere. Look how clean my setup is. A hoarder wouldn't have it like that, would they?
No comment.
Nope.
Ah, man, let's move on. Next piece of news, Skull and Bones has landed its year 2 content plan, and you never guess who was right. This guy was me, MC Mother Trucking Pixar Matt, in your face. I told you that there would be combat in Skull and Bones. Now, Matthew, answer this. Is there now combat in Skull and Bones?
I actually don't know. Is this actually dropped yet, or have they just announced it?
Matt, don't answer that question. I don't know the answer to that yet. I just
Yeah,
know
exactly,
my whole big build-up, and you just do that to me. Why?
I don't think you can claim to have won this bet. So for those of you who don't know, this must have been 2.5 years ago at this point. That we made a pizza bet before Skull and Bones was out, after it had been delayed probably for the 4th or 5th time. Fixer thought there will definitely be on-foot combat, third-person combat in this game. And I said, no way in hell. only combat. And the game came out, and I was, of course, right. I won the pizza bet.
You was.
2 years after launch, they've decided to do an update where they add on-foot third-person combat to the game. Now, they've released a trailer for this. Not sure if it's in the game yet or not. Does the trailer look very good? No. But the bet was not that there'd be good combat. It was just that there would be on-foot combat. So I think there's an argument to be made that you have now won the pizza bet 2 years after it was originally done.
Do you know what? You know what's crazy? It's a good thing that I never bought you that pizza.
Well, you were just waiting.
Now,
this is part of the problem with all of our bets. Like, how long do we give it before Final Fantasy VII doesn't officially come to Xbox and the pizza bet's over? We don't know the answer.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Go on.
Double or nothing. Which means not double, really. Just pizza or nothing. Pizza or nothing.
On
E3. Not E3,
Dead.
but Xbox's showcase coming.
Key free.
Yeah. June Xbox showcase.
Final Fantasy VII will get announced for Xbox Series consoles. The remake.
Okay.
If I win,
Yeah.
I get my pizza.
Uh-huh.
If you win, you get your pizza. And we actually have to go through with it. I'm sick of people keep winning bets. I'm like, oh, what pizza do you want? And you're like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't make a bet if you ain't going to go through with it. All right?
Okay. I feel like that's some kind of pointed argument at me because I didn't accept my garlic bread with cheese.
Exactly. No, because Crash won as well and won't take it either. So
Okay.
I bought Crash Pizza in New York. I can't remember what bet that was for, or if there was even a bet. But I did buy Crash Pizza in New York, so I think we settled our pizza bets. I want a counter offer for you. Counter bet.
all right.
Counter bet. I'm not sure who this punishes more, though, really. So if Xbox June Final Fantasy VII gets announced, I'll buy you a pizza.
Perfect.
If it doesn't, you have to play Skull and Bones with me, and we have to experience the combat together.
That works for me because I was going to play this anyway.
Sick. Let's do it.
All right, deal.
No, we should just do that anyway, right? We should just do that anyway. Deal.
I don't know why I'm shaking. I'm not into this bet. I don't have to play Skull and Bones. I get to escape.
Real question, outside of all the dumb foolery of what this podcast is, can Skull and Bones... Neither of you played Skull and Bones, right? It was just me.
Correct.
No, I played it.
Oh, you did play it? Okay.
Yeah.
The boat combat of Skull and Bones is actually decent. Like, you can't say that it's not decent, and what they were trying to do is decent. Is there a chance in hell this gets... I'm not saying... I never thought it was a bad game to start with. Let's just make that very clear, right? I didn't think it was a bad game. I just didn't think it was what people wanted after a long period of time of what they were waiting for.
Yeah.
Do you think this could end up being like a Rainbow Six, where like after a bit of time that they do, because they still supported it, which means there has to be people playing it.
I don't think it can be a Rainbow Six because I think Rainbow Six is competitive. Like you can play the same thing in Rainbow Six over and over again and get a different experience because the people you're playing against are different. Whereas I don't know if you have that in Skull and Bones. Do you?
Yeah,
but nobody's playing
PvP.
competitive ship combat in Skull and Bones, like.
Not competitive, no, but...
I guess the argument would be people are playing Sea of Thieves this way, right? And people are still playing Sea of Thieves, and Sea of Thieves is, still very successful. Mm-hmm. And so that's what they're going for, right? But just like, now you're really directly competing with Sea of Thieves. I don't know. What's the concurrent players right now on Steam?
I can find out.
Steam, I don't think it's even on Steam.
It's not on Steam. No, I don't think it's launched on Steam
I don't
yet.
think it's even on Steam yet.
It's just, just GB.
That's what I'm saying. But no, like, and that's a terrible usage of debate of something successful or not.
Steam concurrence. I agree.
Yeah.
But it's only easily accessible.
No, I know. Yeah. I understand why we use it, but it's just not a great barometer.
Yeah.
It must be doing okay though, right? They killed X Defiant.
Yeah.
Why would they have carried on with all of this unless this was already made or so far along that they were like, well, but you say that X Defiant had Assassin's Creed and all that stuff that came out from it. Like, what do you think? I just don't know. I don't know.
I think to answer your initial question about like, is this the turning point, and like, does this become a Rainbow Six? I think the problem is Rainbow Six is more easily accessible because it's a first-person shooter. Like, there's elements to it beyond that, but at the end of the day, it's like one of the most popular genres of gaming out there.
Yeah,
naval combat isn't. It's a niche of a niche, right?
Yeah,
but I think like pirate game isn't. Like, pirate game is accessible. People want a good pirate game.
I don't know.
I don't know if they want this pirate game.
I think enough people would want that now. We all know the pirate game people
agree it's
want.
More niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't know. I looked at the trailer and it didn't get me excited about the third person on foot combat. The people who are still playing Sea of Thieves, who have been since day one, I'm sure are thrilled. I'm sure this is huge for them.
Yeah, I hear you.
No.
I hear you.
I don't think it's going to turn it around for him. Like, I think you'll maybe see like another season or two out of it. It's a shame because like we've had this discussion before. The developers like are passionate about this project and like they love what they've made. And don't get me wrong, what they've made, like the elements that really work. But I just don't think there's enough legs in it to keep it going for years to come.
I think I disagree with that. I think I disagree with that it'll only last another couple of chapters or see. Like, I think it could go for another couple of years.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many people are playing it. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the other thing we got to think of though, right, is you have to keep feeding that Ubisoft Connect monthly subscription, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So how do you do that other than, that's why I'm still mind boggled that they killed X Defiant. And I know, again, a game I loved, but like, you have to keep feeding content to that no matter what, whether it's a full game or if it's just a an
update
like
for
the
a thing that people can jump
For
back
Honor,
on. Yep.
For Honor, I'm obviously very much aligned with you because of the work I've done with them, right? But like, see what happens when For Honor's new season drops.
Yeah.
Like, there's a core audience that are like, yeah, like they must be making enough money off of that.
Yeah.
Not only in subscription service, but in probably some microtransactions that they see the same thing here, right?
Yeah.
Where they have such a core audience where, you know, you get a few, what they call them in mobile gaming, whales. You get a few whales in Skull and Bones. Again, a few is still a few thousand or whatever, but that's a lot of money when you add it all up, I guess. I don't know. This is just me. My brain just thinking out loud at this point.
Yeah. Unfortunately, without actual facts and figures, we'll never be able to answer that question. I'd like to see them bring this to Steam and see, you know, if that gives it a bit even more life. Like, I honestly think that's going to happen at some point. I think the days of Ubisoft being the only way to play their games is like numbered.
It's not on console.
It's on Steam. It's not on Steam.
It's on Steam.
There we go.
It currently has 551 people playing it.
Damn. On a bank holiday now?
That's up.
Yeah.
That's up. Oh.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's try it out.
I'd be down to give it a go.
We should try it out.
I've got it, so
yeah.
I don't own it. I'll figure it out.
I got you.
He got you.
All right, let's move along to one more piece of news this week. It's all about Doom. Doom: The Dark Ages had some bunch of trailers that popped up out of nowhere. The Xbox controller wrap is now up for pre-order, and it is pretty damn sexy, if I do say so myself.
Cool.
Wouldn't say I'm a Doom guy at all, but like this controller, very nice. Very, very nice. It's kind of like a grey color with blood splatter on it, also green. So grey on the handles, green on the front panel, with a little bit more grey. You've got an orange LB button, a grey RB button, and it has, what would the symbols be? How would I explain
those?
Runes, thank you. The runes are the buttons on there. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. There's also there's one for the Elite controller as well, if I'm not mistaken, which is the black and red one, which has another rune in the middle of the controller with a blood splatter look. Both of them very, very, very nice. Same thing that comes on the Series X. I think it's a sleeve. I don't believe it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah.
Sorry, is that what they're calling them? Wraps.
Yes. Console wrap.
Yeah. I don't like that. I liked it back in the day when we got like special edition consoles.
Yeah, I got like Halo Series X. Yeah.
Gears of War had one. Crash. I absolutely love these Gears Xbox One X, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like I don't like this. I don't like this wrap thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, it's a nice way to add a bit of flair to your current Xbox without having to spend another £500 on it. But yeah, like
I think just also a thing that people want. Like, I think you're in the minority when you say you don't like it, because like you know, you can get different faceplates for your PlayStation. You can get we used to be able to do it for the 360. Remember, you used to get faceplates all the time for the 360. And so I think people like the idea that, oh yeah, I can like dress up my Xbox. They make quite good gifts for your gamer friend to go like, oh yeah, I want to spend $40 on a friend at Christmas or whatever.
$54.99 is what you'll be spending.
Oh, well, that's your tariffs right there, boy.
Yep. Well, $49.99 in the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. There you go.
That's a little more pricey than I was anticipating. But hey, I need to buy a new Xbox controller. All my controllers have stick drift.
How? You barely use
two
them.
options. Yeah, you don't play games.
Tell me about it.
Well, you've got two options here, so treat yourself.
You're not buying a Doom one, surely.
Nah.
I mean,
Emma keeps wanting to do a Design Lab one.
Yes, I'm very excited for new Doom.
I got a little bit more excited for the new Doom this week because they sent a giant white chocolate skull to the office. That was delicious.
You ate the skull. You got to eat the skull.
Huh.
Video on the FGS TikTok channel if you want to go watch it. We threw it at a table and it survived. It barely even did any damage to it whatsoever. So we beat it up with a mic.
How's the table?
And ate it. Not great, but don't worry about that. Don't tell Future about that.
It's fine.
Boys, let's get into Guess That Game. This is Guess That Game, the segment on the podcast where I have picked a game. The boys will ask me yes or no questions. I will answer them to the best of my ability. No bullshit this week like there was last week. Am I right, D-Spawn?
What the hell was that about last week? I'm not going to answer that question. All right.
I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that. Oh, really?
Yes or no?
Oh, really,
yes or
oh, really,
no?
Chris? You've decided you're not answering that, have you? Interesting.
Okay.
I'm a bit upset.
Okay, talk to us.
Why are you upset?
Well, ladies and gents, if you need a refresher on the points, here's where they currently stand. Crash is at 10 points. Despawn's at 10 points. MC Fixer at 10 points. I'm at 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me and Ryan McCaffrey are at 1 point.
Yeah, it's like, don't disrespect Ryan like that.
I'm so sorry.
100% batting average.
The thing that I don't love about this is I feel like whenever I am on the podcast, which I understand it's my own fault, I'm not here enough.
He was in hospital. It's your fault.
I was in hospital.
All your fault.
When I am here, we never get it right. And when I'm not here, you always get it right. People are picking easy games when I ain't around. And when I am here, people are picking hard games. That's my conclusion.
No.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
No.
You don't honestly believe that.
I mean, the data speaks for itself.
No. When you're here, you get it wrong. We still get it right. Like, we don't always get it right together.
It's not like all of us got it right,
honest.
every single one right. Like,
You should be hosting this week, but I have decided to host for you because you're not here to try and let you get a point. I don't say nothing nice about you. Remember that? Just remember you said that. Remember?
Yeah.
Never.
You said
Yeah.
that.
Come on, then.
Are you ready, boys?
I'm ready. 90 seconds
Yes.
on the clock. Here we go.
1 sec. I ain't got the clock up.
Are you? Who's going first? Me or Despawn?
You can go first. All
I'm
right.
making
Here we
notes,
go.
by the way. Yeah, there we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Is it an Xbox exclusive game?
No.
Was it on the Xbox OG originally?
No.
Xbox 360 generation?
No.
Xbox One generation?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a first-person shooter?
No.
Is it an RPG?
No.
Is it a third-person game?
1 sec. I'll pause. Give me a second. Let's just make sure on that RPG.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna stick with no. It's like
It's got RPG
sorry,
elements, but
what was the
whatever.
next question?
third-person game.
Yes. Back in.
Okay. Is it one of the 5 major publishers?
No. No.
Has it received a remaster or remake?
Pause again. What do we classify as 5 major? I hate that question at this point. 'Cause I think it throws you guys off. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be
that's
fair.
fine.
hence why
I appreciate
I would
it.
say Ubisoft, Activision, Xbox, Capcom, and I don't know who we class as the 5th one.
that's my issue.
EA?
That's what it's a crap question.
I think EA is the 5th one we count.
Then by that definition, no.
No.
Carry
Okay. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
It
Go.
was mine.
Okay,
Oh,
go.
yeah, go on. You did. Go.
All right. Square Enix?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, is that a remake or a remaster?
No.
No. Is it a modern setting game?
Yes.
Is it set in a city, fictional city?
Yes.
I think I got it.
Okay. Is it a male protagonist?
That's a loaded
Okay, I
question.
got it.
Yeah, you're wasting time.
paused
Come
it.
back. Okay.
I pause it. I always pause. I'm a pause.
Okay.
Chris doesn't pause, by the
True.
way. I
True, I know.
always pause.
I know.
I always pause on my time.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I don't know if I know this, but I think
Is it-
Matt's getting a point.
Can I jump in?
No. Carry on.
Do you
male.
create your own character?
No.
Okay. Is there gunplay in the game?
Yes.
Like, is it mainly okay?
No. Oh God. No.
No. Okay.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm lost too.
Is there forced stealth in the game?
Oh God. I actually think there might have been, but I don't want to say with certainty.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe
It
forced
eliminates the game I was
stealth.
thinking
I'm
of.
gonna give you a question each, another question
Okay.
each. You're
All right.
gonna be angry at me, but I think I've been pretty fair.
Okay, well, I've made notes. So currently, go through what we've got.
Yeah.
Xbox One, third person, Square Enix, modern setting, not a male protagonist, and maybe there is some forced stealth.
Let me say
and there was not a creator character.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Is what you said.
Not there is a male protagonist. That's all I'm giving you, though.
Okay, I think I've got a.
I've helped a lot this week. I've helped a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have.
Question is, come on.
Okay. What do I say? Is it based on existing IP outside of video games?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but you've also just fucking opened it up for jury. I hate you.
Not necessarily, because I'm still drawing a blank.
Look, hurry up with your question. Drawing a blank.
Will I have played it?
Everybody.
Yes, I believe so.
Shit.
I'm almost certain you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit.
Count us in 3, 2, 1. Let me guess, and I'll blow these
Look at Matt. Look at Matt. Matt's like, 1, 2, 3, come on, count.
I got my point.
Last time we played this game, I was also very confident.
Uh-huh.
And
that's
I was
true.
wrong.
I thought you had it.
I was wrong.
I
thought I had it too. And I was
all right,
wrong.
cool. No, I think you have it this time. We'll go with Despawn first.
I legit have nothing.
Just give me a Square game.
Fuck. What? Square have done a lot.
Square Enix? Oh, I haven't got it.
Oh.
Fuck.
What are you on about?
We said Square. Square was like the third question.
Through this, Matt.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, I don't see. I can't think of an existing IP that Square have worked on, but I know that as soon as you say it, I'm gonna oh yeah, of course. I'm just gonna say Final Fantasy 12 just to get it out of the way. There you go. Because it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Oh, it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
No, you're lying. Please tell me you're lying.
No, I mean I'm not lying. I wrote Telltale's Walking Dead.
Wait, that wouldn't be Square.
Yeah, that's why he was like,
yeah.
Exactly. That's why I'm embarrassed.
Go on, Matt. I'm sorry, fix.
One minute. How did you get there?
Male protagonist that we were like in about, because obviously you play as a male protagonist the first season, but they're not in the rest of the seasons.
Okay.
Which is why I thought you were confused.
Modern setting, third
modern
person,
setting, inner city.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
I got nothing. I'm gonna have to go Telltale's Walking Dead and embarrass myself.
Okay, fine. Not even a Square Enix game.
Yeah.
The game I was thinking of, and that was, I hope I'm not in trouble here, Marvel's Avengers.
You mother trucker.
I thought you had it. Jimmy, do you understand why I was erring on the male protagonist? Because,
I have more issue with you erring on the RPG.
Yeah.
Well,
it is 100%
a role-playing game.
Sorry.
I mean, all the games are role-playing games, but But
in my defense, you're right. You're right. You're
I
right.
don't know. I wouldn't.
You're right.
Yeah, go on.
But in my defense, when it comes down to, and we go off of Wikipedia because we've had arguments lately.
Yeah.
It is down as an action adventure. Beat 'em up game. That is what it's down as.
Mm-hmm. So I'd agree with that.
If I would have went Square, if you would have got Square Enix and RPG, I think you would have went all over the place with it. In my defense,
the thing that was doing my head in was the maybe forced stealth. I can't.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have got caught up on that. I'm pretty sure at the start of that game, the Kamala Khan stuff, I'm pretty sure there's a full stealth.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I think I'm
right. I'm pretty sure she has to go just at the Comic-Con thing.
No, she doesn't. She just wanders around. No.
I might be wrong.
She wanders around, and then the level after that, when she's got a power, she just jumps across the roofs. There's no stealth whatsoever.
Hey, if you want to shoot me for that, it's your decision. But we do have a bonus point here with a bit of trivia.
Okay, go on.
There are multiple characters in this game, being Tony Stark / Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, and Black Widow as your base starting characters before the ones that got added. Of those, which is my favorite?
Oh,
what? So,
That's
right,
bad.
what are the lists?
In my defense,
give me the list.
I had to
Okay.
come up with this on the spot because
did.
it's meant to be Matt's week. Don't come
Okay.
at me. All right.
That's fine. All right, give me the
Tony
options.
Stark. So Iron Man,
I gotta guess.
Captain America, Hulk. My favorite to play in this game: Iron
Okay.
Man, Captain America, Hulk, Thor, or Black Widow.
I've got a
I'll
guess.
lock mine in.
Yeah, I've got mine in.
I'm going to go Hulk.
Interesting.
Despawn?
I'm going to go Thor.
Interesting. The correct answer
The answer is
would have been Black Widow. Really enjoyed the gunplay in this game for some weird reason. Don't ask me why,
Fair.
but it did.
Fair.
Yeah,
because
it
you're
wasn't
wrong.
a great game.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I know.
But,
wrong.
yeah.
You also said, oh, there's shooting in the game, and then is there shooting in the game? And I was like, because I'm like, well, yeah, there technically is, but
Yeah.
you would have got caught up on that as well. I tried to help, guys. I tried to help.
Well, you didn't. We've got any questions this week?
Clearly. We do have a couple of questions, so let's get into them. Remember, you can email in my Xbox and me podcast at gmail.com, or you can hit us up in the Discord and ask your question for Bix's Sack. First question comes from Top Lift and says, sorry it's late, but how do you guys prepare for a show when it's been a slow news week?
We don't. Obviously.
We don't, and we just chat shit.
Pretty much. Like, I think people would be astounded by how little, and I think sometimes you'd understand, you can tell when we're a little bit under the cosh and when we don't have our information in check. I've gotten way worse about it lately because I don't do the show notes anymore, so I don't read the articles while I'm putting the show notes in. So sometimes I have to kick out to Despawn and be like, I don't know what the fuck is this even talking about? Like, Despawn, Despawn, what's
Hi.
going on with this? But yeah, we don't really, there's no really prep for this show. We just show up, talk about video games, and then disappear again.
Yeah.
Snow News Week, we rely on the audience. That's why we ask for questions a lot. The goal is always to hit an hour for a show, always. It used to only be a show. It used to be a hard out an hour. But as the podcast has got bigger, when they went from a 2-man to a 3-man to a 4-man, I feel like you need to just let a conversation flow to the best of its ability, because otherwise you have people not dumbing down, but not being able to articulate themselves in the way they would want to if you are like on a hard hour, you know? We want to be able to let Despawn or Matt or myself go on our rant for 15 minutes about the color purple if we want to. So,
And how great Blueprints
there's not
is.
that much. Exactly. There's not that much prep that goes into it, but yeah, we have a good time nonetheless. So thank you for the question. Next one comes in from Stead and says, so early access, okay, the way Forza Horizon does it. Basically, you pay for the 2 DLC packs before they are really detailed, and you also get the game early. I'm okay with that, as it's not like I'm not going to buy the DLC. So this is obviously based off the back of our paying to get early access in games, Matt. We had a discussion about South of Midnight, obviously, being early access again, and me being frustrated by that. And some people were like, I'm out of touch because I feel like that, and some people weren't, you know. So I kind of agree with you. I never have an issue if it's a perk with other things. I have an issue when it's the only thing I'm paying for.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm pretty
Often
sure
it's not. I can't think of an example when it has been.
Sorry, say it
Starfield?
again.
I can't think of an example where you've paid for days early access and that's the only perk you've got.
Oh, South of Midnight.
South of Midnight.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Avowed.
Yeah, okay.
Avowed.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's literally the 2 examples we were using. We were like, why are we just paying £10 to play the game 5 days early?
Yeah.
Okay. Question.
Go.
Yeah.
GTA
I'll pay
comes
100.
out this year. Exactly. For what?
Yeah.
3 days? Of course you will.
30 days. Oh, no. But okay, let me put this into perspective though, once again. I will pay that because that is one of the most special games in my life. So I will pay that because I don't want it to be spoiled for me. And this was the conversation we were having about single player games and things like that, right? Like, I don't get it in single player games, but yes. And again, I'm a very different case as well, where like, you know, it's a write-off technically and, you know, things like that. So I would pay it, but only for like Gears of War. Like, I've been there with Gears. I didn't pay for it for Gears. And Gears is one of the most special games in my life as well. But I was like, no, I'm not supporting this.
I'm really torn on it as a concept, really, because because for years people have been saying games need to be more expensive. Developers and that we need to up the price of games. Nintendo are now doing that, right? Their Switch games, Mario Kart World, is more expensive. I think it's bad optically, but like if they'd come out and said Mario Kart World is going to be $60, or you can pay 80 and get it 3 days early, they can't do that because they're tying it to the launch of a console. But I don't think the press would have been that bad about it then, right? Like they would have been totally fine. They would have totally gotten away with that, quote unquote. So I don't know, man. I'm really torn on it because you're not paying for early access. You're paying for not delayed access. Yeah. Like everybody else who isn't willing to stump up that money is getting the game later. You're not getting the game earlier. So I don't know. I'm really torn on it. GTA are going to do it. GTA are going to have some crazy stuff. I think there could be easily £150 version of GTA that gets you a bunch of shark cards and 3 days early access or some nonsense. But
I agree with you the shark cards. I disagree with you on the early access because GTA will want we had this many players at this much time being the biggest launch on day one, 100%. They
don't care about that. They're gonna have made the most money of any entertainment product on day one, regardless of what they do.
But by your logic, it won't be day one because they'll get it early, so it won't be day one.
They'll have their cake and eat it too. Fill it all in the same week, and then the headline is week one of GTA makes it the most profitable thing of all time, and you've just made an extra 40 quid off 50% of the audience because they're willing to pay an extra 40 quid to get it quote unquote early, as I've just discussed.
So here's the thing:
getting it early, people getting it late.
I will say, Rockstar probably wouldn't do it. Take-Two, on the other hand, will happily do it.
But we all know Rockstar do what they want. Take-Two just sit there and receive the profits. Take-Two do not get a say in what happens with GTA in the slightest. There's no way. And Hauser is sat there going, shut your goddamn mouth, Rockstar. I'll do what I want.
I think they are going to be a very different company this time around after having the success they've had with GTA Online.
You think
I think they view monetization in a very different way now as a business.
They cancelled DLC because it was easier to just make online DLC.
Sure. And the industry changed massively since their last GTA game.
I mean,
and even Red Dead. Right? It's been so long. It's been a decade. More than a decade.
Yeah.
The industry is wildly different.
Wait, Nintendo have opened its doors been?
It's been close to 12 years, I think. It's like, I think the 10-year anniversary for the PC release was like this month.
Mad.
So, yeah.
2013, was it?
I think that's a whole different conversation that we'll have closer to GTA, I'm sure. And around all the GTA, but damn, yeah, interesting. Last question comes from Top Left as well. With PlayStation set to hike the price up yet again, do we think we'll see Xbox follow suit? And do you think we could see an even higher price at the gate for next generation? Next generation, 100% yes. Because it only makes sense, especially everything costs more. Yeah, and yeah, honestly, right now the world is just in. Gosh, the world is just the world right now. Yeah, it really feels like it is. No, I don't think Xbox are going to follow suit. I think right now, if they can keep it at the price they're at, they'll be happy to keep getting those new customers come in at the PlayStation costs this much, but the Xbox costs this much. I'll get my kid the Xbox. I think that's whether that's 10,000 people, it's still 10,000 people that get into the ecosystem, which they're going to be happy about.
And then they'll deal on Game Pass, and they're hooked. Yeah,
exactly.
I think also, forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but Xbox aren't making series consoles at a loss, right?
I don't believe they are.
They're still making a profit, where I believe PlayStation still were making a loss. I don't know if that's the case anymore, because when you learn how to market, I believe that was
a profit on the S.
Well, I don't know about the S, but just on the series in general. Yeah,
series
like S and X. Yeah.
Oh right, okay. You're saying combined.
I don't believe them, but I don't believe they're making a loss.
and not losing the money.
Yeah, it's not like a loss leader, like the classic back in the day. It was like you sell a console at a loss to get all your software.
They are. Wasn't that part of the Activision deal that Phil Spencer was in court saying that they don't make money on the consoles?
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I remember that. Somebody correct us if we're wrong.
Get in the comments. Let us know.
Get in the comments. Yeah,
I'd be interested.
A weird one. I think for the next generation, we could see Xbox maybe go too far ahead of the times in a similar way that they did with the Xbox One, and decide that consoles are done and we don't need to care about this shit anymore. Which is kind of the way they've been going already, right?
Agreed.
Yeah.
But they've already come out and said they're doing new hardware, so we're going to see new hardware.
Is that not the handheld?
No, they said there's a dedicated.
Beyond that.
Yeah, they said they're working on that. They've confirmed that all but they're doing both.
They also confirmed they were working on a streaming stick, did they not? And then they didn't do it because TV apps became an accessible thing.
Or it hasn't come out yet.
Do you really still think the streaming stick's going to come out?
No,
I don't think it's open now.
Absolutely not. I'm just saying. Potentially,
So just because they've said they're working on it doesn't mean it's going to come out, is my point. And so I think it will. I think we will get another generation out of the Xbox, but I think there'll be multiple SKUs of it, the same way there was with the Series S and the Series X, and maybe they'll make money, maybe they won't, maybe they'll break even, they'll be happy with that. But things are going to just keep getting more expensive outside of gaming and life and all the things. So
what does a Series
expect
X
your next console to cost more.
It's like £400 or something. I was going to say £4. It's definitely not £4. Yeah,
bargain.
Get 12.
I'll take 5.
Yeah. All right. Now who's the hoarder?
479. So we'll call it. That's for the disc version.
There's a 1 terabyte diskless, isn't there?
Yeah. And then Series Series S's are so hard to get. Like they're not even in stock right now.
Yeah.
On Amazon anyway. So the next console is going to cost £500, £550, I think.
Yeah.
We're getting to that. I think
more.
we're getting. No. How about you shut your goddamn mouth, iPhone, and stop talking to me like that? Sorry, that new Siri thing, thing was chatting. I love how you probably can't hear it. You probably couldn't hear it, so it just sounds like me saying "shut your goddamn mouth" on the podcast. Love it.
It came through a little bit.
Thank God.
I'm going to edit it out, so it's fine.
But I think 550. I think you could be looking at 550, 600.
Yep. 6. I think you're looking at 6.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I think we're going to get close to that. Yeah. But I can tell you now, we're going to get a lot more people looking at PCs in the next generation.
They're already there.
Yeah.
The PCs are just as bad.
These are
way worse. Yeah, like that's kind of what I mean. But like, you get different sort of value out of it.
There's
right?
a level to it,
PC. But yeah, man, PCs are ridiculous. Everything's ridiculous. Stop spending your money. Save it. Hoard it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't hoard it. Yeah, don't hoard. Now go boost and spend it all, and then keep 12 Xboxes. Before we wrap up, because I think that's the last question, do you want an update on where we're at with the Fantasy Critic?
Sure, why not?
Oh, I forgot we were doing that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we know.
Wow, we know. We can see.
We can see.
Matt, would you like to know where you're currently at?
Oh, my last.
No. For a change, no. No, you are not. You, sir, are currently sitting on 33 points.
How
Congratulations.
Exciting.
I know, very exciting for you.
I don't remember my login details.
That's fine. I can tell you what you've got. Yeah. 20 points for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. GG. Well done.
Love that.
Congratulations. 15 points for 2 Point Museum.
Cool.
Well done.
I'll take it.
5 points for Atomfall.
I had Atomfall?
You had Atomfall.
Optimistic of me.
Yeah, it was.
So, go on, carry on.
In third place is one MC Fixer. No change from last week when we talked about it, but Assassin's Creed Shadows got you 11. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 got you 10. And the first Berserker Kazan got you another 11, leaving you at 32 points. Currently in last place.
Yep.
And
So,
then
I just want to go on record. Lots of games that I've got. I've got Clara Exhibition 33 coming out this week or next week. I've got Pokemon coming. I've got Snake Eater coming. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
You're gonna be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently in second place, not here, dead, bitten by alligators. I don't know. Is Mr. Kreshnik with Dollar Slice Games, currently sitting at 64 points. He got 20 for Split Fiction, 12 for Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza, 10 for Wonder Stop, 5 for Fragpunk, which might go up in the future, we said, when it gets that console release, but we shall see. And then 17 for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Good score. 64 is a pretty good number. Oh, look at that. Number one. Could be me with 90 points.
Mad. It's not.
Which is wild.
Let me. What I'm impressed by isn't the fact you're in first. It's not. Is you listen to the amount of points he's got for each game.
Yeah.
It's very impressive when you think about like a Assassin's Creed with 11. And a Civ Myers with 10. Now listen to what Despawn has.
Monster Hunter Wilds with 19 points. Citizen Sleeper 2, 16 points. So mine are either like hits or misses. So we've got Football Manager 2025, 0 points because it got KN'd.
Yeah. That was rough.
Avowed, 10 points.
Yeah.
South of Midnight, 7 points. Fable, 0 points because it got canned. Got delayed. Yeah. Blueprints with 19 points.
Yeah. That was worth getting, eh?
Yep. And then Bionic Bay with 18 points.
Could still be going down. Just came out. That could drop dramatically.
I mean, it did initially when it initially dropped. It was at 90. It's currently at 88.
It could still be dropping though. Could be free falling.
Could exactly. Could definitely free fall. Yeah, 100%.
Here's my question quickly. I just got back into my account. Have you got the most games that have scored points, Despawn?
So far, yes.
Right, okay. So,
one, two,
you're winning.
3, 4,
you're
5,
winning, but you're
1,
not
2.
really winning. That's like being, what do they call it in football when you're a game ahead, Fix?
I mean, I've got one extra score.
You got a game ahead.
Yeah.
You got a game ahead. That's what it is.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah.
What they call it in rugby?
Try ahead. I don't know.
I don't think does it even really happen in rugby. I don't really watch rugby. I watch international rugby. I don't watch like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You get an extra egg. Who knows? I don't know.
I think the interesting part out here right now is you got to remember Despawn's got 2 zeros coming. Zeros. So
yeah, man. That hurts.
Anything else on his list, I'm like the altars hit or miss. Light No Fire could be hit or miss. Metroid Prime could be worth fighting for.
Could be.
Could be worth fighting for. And then replaced. You haven't got nothing left, is my thing.
Yeah. I've still got 3 slots to fill.
You do. But we got.
I had a bad counter pick, didn't I, with South of Midnight?
Yeah, you suck.
Yeah, you got hit there with your -7.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse.
Could be
worse.
Yeah, that could have actually been a slam dunk and you'd have lost a lot more points.
Can I tell you guys something?
You can.
I'm really excited for Clair Obscure Expedition 33.
Me too.
Like, really excited. Go on, Matt.
No, I think it's gonna be. It's so not a me game, right?
Yeah.
So not me
game.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
This is the thing, though.
Excited.
Could this be the one that does it? Because apparently it's relatively short in comparison to most RPGs. Mainline in 30 hours is what they've said.
That's tiny.
That's tiny in the grand scheme. You know, 30
tiny
hours,
RPG.
right?
Yeah.
Let's not plug and get ourselves out of here. Matt, we got to plug. You've been working a lot. Come on, you got to have something.
I'll do a real plug for you. We have coming up on May 2nd the FGS Live from Gamescom Latam show. Gamescom Latam, hosted in Brazil, is now with the death of E3, the biggest gaming event in the Americas, which is exciting. And we are sending the team out to go do a live show from the show floor. And Mr. Paul Despawn is heading out there for me to pull it all together, and I appreciate that very much. We got some really, really genuinely cool stuff in that show. Lots of trailers, a few world premieres, and I think I can say.
Don't do it.
I can say.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'll do it.
I won't do
You know, I'm not your boss.
not
You're
worth
my
it.
Do it.
You're my boss.
I won't do it. I won't do it. We got some world premieres. We got some cool stuff. Some cool interviews lined up. So tune in, FGS, May 2nd, 6 p.m. UK time, if you want to figure out where that is in the world. For you, Google it. You can figure it out.
We will be reacting to it live on MXAM.
Oh my God, what, you and Crash? Because I can't,
Yes.
and Despawn certainly can't.
I'll be crying in the
Yes.
corner from all the work.
Me and Crash will be live reacting to it.
Okay.
Love that. Appreciate
We got
it.
to start respecting you.
Nah.
I respect that.
We do. No, I felt really bad last
So-
time when you were like the showcase done. I saw put in the Discord like, shit, Matt showcase is on and we've not watched it. Like,
That's fine.
no,
Yeah, obviously we have our 3 big showcases a year. We are branching out to do FGS live events from various locations all over the world. And our first proper standalone FGS live event is Gamescom LATAM. So tune in, check it out.
we'll do.
And commenting about how great the editing is.
the editing
please
is
do.
so good.
So good.
So good. I'm not seeing it. Despawn, what you got to plug?
I'm going to plug the Twitch and YouTube, as I think I do every week. Basically because I've been doing a lot more streaming over there. I've been trying to get a lot more streams and show you guys some fun stuff. We did Blueprints, we did Bionic Bay, we did the first few hours of both of those. Go check them out if you want to, if you were wanting to see more of those games after we talked about them at the beginning of this episode. But yeah, MXAM Official or My Xbox and Me on YouTube. Go give them some love.
Go do
Love
that.
it.
Yeah, go check out my short form content. I'm pushing my Instagram at the moment and YouTube. YouTube shorts be very weird. They're either like some views, yay, or it's like 20 views. So maybe
They're going through a bit of a
help with that.
thing right now where they've changed the algorithm and the way they count views. So it's going to be an exciting few weeks while they figure that out.
Great. That sounds terrifying. But I'm doing a lot more short form stuff. I just put up a new short of me getting sent a new router from Predator X and Acer. So go check that out if you haven't. I feel like I've found I'm still refining it. It's not perfect. But I feel like I found a decent flow of like storytelling-y products. I'm doing these motivational story videos as well that I'm trying to do every Monday. So yeah, go check them out if you haven't already. I'd appreciate a nice comment on them because it is hard to get people to engage in comments at the moment for me. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, until next time, we'll love you, we'll leave you, and we'll see you later. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and good boy.